Jesus Christ insisted that nobody could get to heaven by living a good life, because none of us live a good life as God defines.
In this video, Cliff speaks on how it will be on Judgment Day, why people choose to go to a place called hell, what happens to those who never heard of Jesus, the theme song of hell. These questions all will be answered here.
Defines good. Yes, I'm a tremendous person, as America defines good person. But on the day of judgment, I'm not going to be judged by the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm going to be judged by a holy God. And I am not good as God defines good. The reason that I need Jesus Christ is because I have a problem with evil. I have sinned. He bled and died on a cross to forgive me for my sin, to restore my fractured relationship with God, to give me eternal life in heaven. So if I reject Christ, what I am in essence rejecting is God's offer of forgiveness.
Where it's mainly Buddhist, Jewish, or whatever.
Yes.
It's like they're not really exposed to Christ, and they're good people, but you know,
Good.
everyone sins.
That's different.
But is it possible? Is there a way for them to be saved?
Yes.
'Cause
Yes. If a person has not been exposed to the good news of Jesus Christ, I am convinced that they're going to be judged differently. Now, Jesus does not answer specifically the question, how are those people going to be judged who've never heard about Christ? But what I do know is, Jesus revealed that God is just, which means nobody's getting ripped off. Secondly, Jesus in the Bible revealed that nobody's going to hell because they made a mistake or because of lack of information. Nobody's going to hell for that reason. The only reason people go to hell is because they rebel against God. They flip God off the way I have. That's why we go to hell. We go to hell because we choose to live our life separate from God, and on the day of judgment, God grants our request, and we spend eternity separate from Him. In other words, I think I know what the theme song of hell will be. I did it my way. You see, I think it was Dante. Has Satan say in, is it the Divine Comedy? Yeah. In the Divine Comedy, Dante has Satan say, I would rather rule in hell than serve in heaven. And I can relate to that. I like to rule. I like to call the shots. And this idea of serving God, has its drawbacks. So, hell is it's a simple outworking of my decision to live my life separate from God. Now, sir, I am convinced, and I know that there are going to be a lot of people in heaven who never heard the word Jesus. Why? Because Hebrews chapter 11 in the New Testament lists some of them. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Rahab, a Gentile prostitute, obviously never heard the word Jesus. They were born hundreds of years before him. But in humility, they put their faith in God. They're going to be in heaven. But what Jesus insists is, the only reason those folks will be in heaven is because He bled and died on a cross to pay the penalty for their sin. They're not going to be in heaven because they were good people. Because none of us are good as God defines good. We all are in desperate need of God's forgiveness.